Blessings everyone, this is Chris Kendall from therawvantage.com, registered holistic nutritionist, raw food, livestock coach. We're at the Woodstock Fruit Festival with Miss Kate Flowers.
Hey!
We're going to talk about finding balance with an unconventional lifestyle. Ready for it?
I'm ready for it.
Yeah, I like it raw. Raw Advantage likes it raw. Ooh, baby, I like it raw. Yeah, baby, I like it raw. Hey!
Alright, so we're back at Woodstock and we're talking about living an unconventional lifestyle, which could obviously mean a lot of things, right?
For sure.
For sure. So let's just dive into some of this. You're a raw vegan, you're in an unconventional relationship as far as the mainstream, and you're into, living your life online, making a living through social media and all this kind of fun stuff, right?
Yeah, so it pretty much puts me in like kind of a minority category.
A little bit.
Raw vegans already, like as you know, are already kind of in a little bit of a minority. We just not that many people are gonna go for it all the way like that, which totally cool, but
spreading.
But hey, we're doing it. So, and then on top of that, like I have a partner and she's a female, and that's unconventional, and I'm so lucky to have friends and family who support that.
Awesome.
Super grateful for that. But you combine that with the raw vegan, with the fact that I have an unconventional business and I'm running my own online business. Yeah, it definitely puts me in a really tiny little category, but it's super cool, and I'm happy to share anything with you guys about it.
Yeah, so raw food, whether you're in a social situation, whether you're meeting somebody new, how do you find your balance there? How do you find, ease in presenting that and communicating and connecting with others without, feeling alienated or without, maybe pushing their buttons?
So I definitely don't like to push it onto anybody. I don't find that approach effective at all in any way, shape, or form. For me, being vegan is about the animals and being raw vegan is about myself. So those are kind of two combined things, and none of that has to do with anybody else. So if people don't like that about me, I just find a graceful way to maybe change the topic or not focus on that, because life is not all about what you eat. I definitely try to focus on other things in my life that I can talk about, or other things in their life that they want to talk about. You don't have to make it about that. And of course, when you are first going vegan or raw vegan, it is such a main category in your life that I feel like you do want to talk about it and share people and spread the message, and there's a much more effective way of doing that rather than like
being the evangelist.
Right, because that doesn't work. Just be a cool person. Like people want to be around cool people.
True that.
So I find that effective. God, I'm so lucky. Like both of my parents are vegan. They went vegan after I went vegan. I surround myself with a lot of vegans, and social situations. The truth is, I'm not that social. But when I am, I'm not that social. But I just don't go out. Like I don't go out to eat very often. But if I am out at a party, I just bring my own food, and it's totally not a big deal. Just always be prepared. That's kind of how I approach it. I bring my own stuff, and it's always stuff that I'm really excited to eat and tastes really good to me. And the other stuff, it's just other people are doing what they're doing, and I just don't let it affect me. I enjoy people's company and hang out with them, to be around them, focus on them, focus on the company, focus on the interaction, the relationship, rather than what you guys are eating, if you guys aren't on the same page.
Absolutely. They bring it up. We can always steer the conversation a different way, or we don't necessarily need to react or make a big deal of it if they're making a big deal of it, right?
Right, exactly.
That's awesome. So does that same kind of attitude bleed over into your relationship and into the social norms around that?
Again, with my really immediate friends and family, I'm super lucky to be in a super supportive situation in that regard. I've been out of the closet, wherever I was before that, for a long time, so that's not anything new for me. In high school, so that was over 10 years ago for me, people knew I was bi back then, and I've been in relationships with women for a long time now, so at first, it's a little bit more difficult for sure. Really it comes down to no matter what you're doing in your life, whether it's conventional or not, you're always going to have people who are supportive and for it, and you're going to have people who are not. Doesn't matter what category it's in. And so when it comes to being gay or lesbian or whatever, you just got to be you and not bees. And be okay with the fact that not everyone's going to like it. Because there's no way for you to make everyone accept it and be okay with it. And just focus on the people who are supportive, and that's just what I've always done. So that's how I kind of go about that.
If there was somebody who was in that kind of a situation where they knew inside that that's where they were, that's who they were, but they're really afraid to express that, to be honest, to be open, is there anything that really helped you to kind of get there? Anything that was integral in your opening and feeling comfortable in your own skin around that?
personally, my dad's gay, so I grew up with him always saying, always treat every race the same, always treat every gender the same, always treat every orientation the same, so I didn't have that personally. However, if you're watching this and you have that struggle in any way, shape, or form, it's okay to tell someone, but make sure that it's a safe zone. So maybe find an LGBT support group in your town or city, or an online LGBT support group, and talk to somebody there first, especially if you're not sure how your family and friends are going to react, and that will be a safe spot for you to go to first, because it can be a scary topic. It's
Absolutely, yeah. Some people just don't understand,
don't
right?
understand, and they don't take it lightly either. So definitely find a safe place for that, or come to my channel, talk to me. Like, I'm happy to help in any way I can.
Awesome. You have lots of videos with some information on that topic, and
I have lots of videos with my girlfriend. So like,
Yeah.
our thing kind of on my channel is just super normalizing it.
yes,
Like,
of course.
hey, here we are, out putting ourselves out in public. But I do have a couple videos on that topic, but I'm always answering questions about that. So
Perfect.
Yeah.
So let's jump into YouTube and living, like a social media / like online business and stuff like that. Finding ease and balance. How have you found, comfort in doing that? And when people are like, hey, what do you do? What do you do for a living? All that kind of stuff. Like, what have been the things that have helped you just really make that a normal part of your routine in your normal life?
Sure, I think of it less so where people ask me what I do, and I don't just say like, oh, I'm a YouTuber, because that's kind of like, really, people are like, what do you mean you're a YouTuber? But I address it like, I'm a coach, or I help people become healthier, happier, and that seems less of an online thing, even though really for me it is online, and in terms of explaining it to other people, at least that's kind of how I go about that. But it's just it's different, when you're running your own schedule and you're doing things online, and you're totally responsible for your reality. It's very different.
How do you keep yourself in line to keep on being productive and to make that work for you?
Just always staying inspired myself, and that's the number one thing. If I'm not inspired, I can't put any content out that's inspired, any videos out that are inspired, any ebooks out that are inspired. There's always more. You can always be growing, and
Absolutely.
as long as you stay inspired to do so and motivated to do so. And how do I do that? I watch other people who inspire me.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Share the things you're inspired in, share those. It's inspired train. Everyone gets lifted up.
Absolutely.
Sweet. Well, I'm inspired by you. I hope you guys are too. And where can we find more about what you're doing and what you're sharing?
My website is katefruitflowers.com. I am on YouTube at Kate Flowers, and I'm also on Instagram at Kate Fruit Flowers. So
Beautiful,
and you can find me everywhere from my website.
Love it, love it. Love the spread. Appreciate it. Appreciate you coming on the channel.
Thank
Also,
you, Chris.
check out the firing line we did as well if you haven't heard. It's lots of fun. It's lots of
It's
fun.
really silly.
So check out more. Check out the Woodstock Fruit Festival. Until next time.
Yeah.
Much. Thanks.
No, thank you.
Kate Flowers. Spreading love with compassion and confidence. Ooh, don't forget to get your 2 free ebooks here. Plus, check out this video about the Woodstock Fruit Festival. Sign up now using the code BANANA to get $100 off for first timers. Excited to announce my new iPhone app, free with 101 frickin' awesome recipes, Terry retreat treats, food combining charts, shopping carts, and more.